RL beat me to the chat before I even had it set up. He's in there.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah, but you never hit the live button.
Oh, I'm not live yet. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on.
No, you're live
Hold on.
now. You're live now.
Okay, you got it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's live now.
All right, thank you.
Um,
I was just excited to be getting it done right. I forgot to hit the
yeah,
live.
yeah. Go ahead and minimize it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. You're not going to Walmart again, are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to right now. I'm already at Walmart. All right.
All right. So how's everyone's Sunday today? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I didn't do nothing today. Well, I won't say I didn't do nothing today. I downloaded Virtual DJ, and my controllers I had bought a while back, it actually worked. So I was like shocked. Once I got that Virtual DJ program installed, and then I plugged in my controller to the computer, and was like, it actually works. I need to learn how to use it correctly, but the controller works fine. I need to figure out some fine-tuning parts of it and make it work exactly how I want it to work. But it can come in very handy. Oh, you're in Wisconsin. Huh. I gotta drive through there every time I go east. It's like I never get out of Wisconsin. It takes like forever to get across. Then I gotta go through Chicago. The way did I go? I don't know how else to go. Trying to go to shortest drive, and I don't think there is one. Yeah, they're talking about rain coming in Tuesday or something like that. Be all week. Yeah, thanks for the rain. We kind of need it. So. So. So my friend did call and leave a message on my answering service this morning. It was just after. It was after 7 o'clock, and like about 7:30. And so I got the answer I needed. Remember, we were asking for where my friend was.
Yeah, between Errt.
The talking what? The heart covers up that word. I wish I knew how to fix that. There's a way. Wish there was a way to fix it permanently to get it in a different location. Be great if it was up on the top. I'm still downloading file that Andy sent me, and it's taken forever to get that done. And it's all the intermission transmission episodes that we had on the website. For some reason, it's taken like forever to download. 138 gigabytes of stuff. The talking cow statue. No, I never seen that one. Where is that at? Where is that place at? Neatsville? Never heard of that. No, I don't think I've been to that part of Wisconsin. I did live in Stevens Point for a year. That was a strange place. I lived close enough to work where on the nicer weather days I'd ride my bicycle to work. I worked at a place called the I don't know if it's even still there now. It used to be called Figgies or Figis, and it was a holiday packing production plant. And so they would put together a whole bunch of packages, for the holidays for people. Oh, Neilsville. I couldn't read that. I need some better glasses. I need some of those adjustable focus glasses you can get. That's a good idea. Figgies, yeah, thank you. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I worked there for a few months until life got in the way. but I was in Wisconsin for a year. Again, until life got in the way and had to take care of some business back here in Minnesota and took care of all that. And got everything done now. My life is back to practically normal. But anyway, I had fun on that job. It was all right. And I was riding back from work one evening though. Yep, shopping department. Yeah. And we'd put together stuff like holiday gift boxes, basically. Like different holiday stuff, like sausages, cheeses, different things that would go along with all that. Something that you more than likely wouldn't spend money on getting it, but something that an older person would appreciate. I don't know if that makes any sense. I mean, I always thought they were good little kits, and I riding my bicycle back from work one of these days, and I was going by a Catholic church. Had the big steeple, had the bells, and no one was having a wedding there. Nobody was there in the church. At least didn't look like there was anyone there. As I'm riding my bike past the church, all of a sudden the bells start ringing, crazily ringing, like for no reason. I mean, they're like going spasmodic. And I rode my bike even faster to get well away from that church, thinking there was some kind of weird thing happening there. And I didn't ride my bike past there again. Yeah, and I didn't go back to look at it, didn't go back to check into it, nothing like that. That was just so darn weird to have those bells going like they were at that time of the day or night, whatever, evening. And there was no wedding or anything. It wasn't like there was a wedding or a celebration or anything like that. It was just, for some reason, they just started ringing all by themselves. That was also the place where I lived at. I lived right across the street from the bar on the main highway in town there. And I could walk from my house to the bar and not have to worry about getting a drunk driving DUI. I could just go to the bar, drink, and walk home. I was right there.
Yeah.
Not that I
I'll
drank
see
that
you.
much.
I'll see you when I get back home. Okay.
All right. And so, anyway, my apartment, we were in an octagon type building, 8-sided building or whatever. And like 8 apartments in a circle, or well, an octagon. You know what I mean? And it had a loft, or what you'd call an alcove. Like you have the main level, you have one bedroom, then you had the storage level, a loft that was above the main level. And so if you didn't have a whole lot of crap like I had, you can make that loft into another area. Hey, Spirit, what's your message? Oh, wow. Well, this was in 2007 when I was there. So they were still active at that time. Yeah. 2006 and 7. 2006 and part of 2007. But anyway, back to my story about my apartment where I was at. I wasn't really into ghost hunting at the time. I mean, yeah, it might have interested me enough to scare me to not do it. And then now I'm just totally the opposite way, and I'm so scared of it, I do it anyway. But anyway, here we are running these apps, right? But I'm in my apartment, got my computer running. It's getting late at night, and I had a roommate. He slept in the bedroom, and I slept on the futon in the living room. And I had to shut down the computer in time to go to sleep. And I heard people talking on my loft area. Right now, that thing was packed full of everything that I had that I couldn't fit in the lower level. And I climb up the ladder, and I'm looking at this table where these 2 old people are sitting playing cards, and they're laughing and carrying on and being loud at 2:30, 2:15, 2:30 in the morning. And I said, "You guys got to quiet down." I talked to them like they're real people, right? Just like they're real. I said, "You guys got to quiet down now. I'm trying to get to sleep." And they kind of laughed, and then they faded off, and they were quiet the rest of the night. But there was no table up there. There was no chairs up there for them to be sitting at a table. There's no room for anybody up there. But yet I saw two figures playing cards at a table. You know, like they're playing bridge or whatever, rummy, whatever they're playing, whatever two-person game is for the time, for the old people that would play that. Rummy, bridge, gin, whatever. You know, you name the two-person game, two-person card game that people could play and have a good time. You know, that's what they're playing. And they were in their late 70s probably. But that I had that situation there, and it was like, okay, that was really weird. And I never thought about it again. Never really looked into it. Never even considered it. And now I'm running these applications. I have my own house here in where I'm at now, going on 7 years in June. And I have activity here that I can't explain. And I'm more into this stuff, and I understand a little bit more about it. But the more that I understand about it, the less I know. There's more questions. There's always more questions. Every single time we open up the question, who are they? Always more questions than answers. So, but you know, it's not a thing to. I mean, if you're afraid of it, then don't get into it. But it's not really anything to be afraid of necessarily. But you have to be careful and cautious of how you go about your research and how you handle yourself and how you deal with the other side, so to speak. If you're not careful with that, you're going to wind up in a big problem. Okay? So be respectful, be careful, be honest with your research, and trust yourself. When you go to a place and if you say, if you're in yourself is saying, don't go in there, don't go in there. If you're saying it because you're afraid of it, you know, then obviously you shouldn't be doing the research. Where was that at? Like I said, I lived there for a year. I probably know where you're talking about, but where was that at? That name sounds familiar. Yeah, but yeah. So if you think like if you want to go to a center asylum, you want to try to stay there the whole night, you know, a mental hospital or whatever I'll call them. If you want to go there and stay there for the whole night, and I can guarantee you, if you are questioning your ability to do it, you might want to consider doing a daytime tour or something where you can feel a little more comfortable just researching the surface of the area that you're talking about, you know, and during the daylight hours. And go with somebody that you know. That's why when I go to Gettysburg this next year in July, I'm going to request that somebody goes with me to a certain location that I wanted to check that I heard about, and maybe one or two different locations I want to try to really evaluate for my own self. You know what it's all about. Look at it, says talking about murder. Look at that. There was a park that I used to ride my bike through, and I rode past that Catholic church. You know what church I'm talking about. I rode past that church. It was a pretty good sized church. And it looked like a beautiful building, actually. But I rode through that park as a shortcut to get home, right? So where is that bridge according to that park? I'm almost sure I went through that area. I'm sure that I drove probably past it when I was driving my friend's car. I remember one time I was driving my friend's car, and I had a friend with me that we were going somewhere. I can't remember where we were going, but in the middle of a tornado comes up, and actually it's the edge of the tornado. We're on the highway, I think it was Highway 10, crossing over 29. Oh yeah, Phantom Hitchhiker group. Yeah. Okay. All right. But during this edge of this tornado that came up out of nowhere, I'm driving my friend's small, kind of a small mini, kind of like a mini minivan, if you will. Can't remember if it was a Chrysler or Chevy or something. It had more than one tower. I know that. Not sure if it was red brick or not, but yeah, it did have more than one tower. I know that. And if you look it up on the map, you can see Stevens Point. You can see a park area, and you can see what on the map, on Google Maps, it's listed as the church. But if you say it's been torn down, it's no longer there then at this point. But the church itself, the land would be there. Yeah, I saw like on my bicycle, I saw like one corner of the church. The thing was huge. Yeah, definitely. What the bells were about, I have no clue. And at that time of the day, and there was really no reason for the bells. As far as I know, no celebration was happening at the time. No wedding that I know of. Didn't have any people at the church that I could tell. Well, no physical people anyway. But yeah, so the bells ringing and nobody there, that would be weird. And they were not the automatic bell towers, they were the ones you had to ring by hand. I mean, I believe it was a historical building personally. But anyway, somebody didn't like it.
Tell me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for that info. That's good to know. Yeah, that hail came, at the edge of a tornado. Hail is on the outside of the edge on a tornado. Okay, I've been through a few tornadoes in my lifetime. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that could be. But as I was driving this small, I can't remember what the car was. It was a I think it was a two-door and then a hatchback, but it was kind of like a square body, or it had one sliding door for the back, and then the two front doors, kind of like a small, kind of like before a minivan was, or after a minivan was called a minivan. I don't know. It was weird. But the wind came up, the hail started coming down. It was hailing so bad I couldn't see the car in front of me. Of course, then you couldn't really stop if you had to because you were rolling on wheels, on marbles rather, and your wheels were rolling on marbles is what I was trying to say. And yeah, lucky for me, I didn't get hit and I didn't get pushed off the bridge. So got through it. But man, that was weird. That storm. And yeah, then there was another time I was here in Minnesota, and I had to use the buses a lot, before I had a car. And I lived in North Minneapolis, right near where there was a stabbing and shooting and all kinds of bad stuff happening in that intersection. Cub Foods, people got robbed and mugged and killed all the time, and my apartment was right behind Cub Foods in North Minneapolis there. And anyway, I got off the bus and I walked, and the tornado that happened in 2009, was it, or whatever? Or, yeah, 2009, I think. Anyway, I got off the bus and I walked across the intersection to the apartment. Right before I got into the door, of course, all the power was out, but the hail was still, we were right ahead of the hail, and the hail started coming down and hit me in the head a couple times. But man, I got into the house and no electricity was on at the time, but at least I was inside. What now? Well, what is he doing being an archbishop if he hates anything traditional? He can go fish then. Maybe he shouldn't be in that job if he doesn't like it. That's what I say. Yeah, I've been around some storms though in my lifetime. I tell you, they're exciting and fun, and not at the same time. I can tell you about a story in North Carolina. When I moved to North Carolina, I didn't have anything but a bicycle to get to work, right? So I had to do just that, RL. I had no choice. And I lived 5 miles away from work, and I had to get there by 6 a.m. to do the opening prep work. I had my rain gear on, knowing it was raining. Didn't know about the hail coming, but I couldn't call anybody to go in to work for me. I'm the only one there. Okay. So I have to drive. I have to ride my bike rather down what they call. It was called Lane Street. I lived up on Scott Street. Funny thing is, now here in Jeffers, Minnesota, I live on Scott Street. And anyway, as I'm riding down Lane Street, the storm is pretty bad. And then the hail starts up. Now, again, I'm trying to ride my bike on marbles, you know, and getting hit in the head. And I get underneath the overpass that by that time I'm down in Kannapolis area, and it's called Loop Road and or Loop Circle rather. It goes around underneath the overpasses and kind of goes around a little town or Kannapolis, main part. And anyway, I finally get into work. Little late, little beat up, and have to make the dough. Back in the day when we made fresh dough and everything like that, and did all that. Got everything done on time. I got a ride home though that day. That was pretty bad. I explained everything about what happened, and that was pretty rough. But yeah, I sat underneath that overpass on Main Street, and the main road was going over it. And it was like, well, what else am I going to do? The hail was so bad, I couldn't really get out there and do that. And even after it stopped hailing, I still had to ride the bike on marbles until I got to work. So, and it was not warm either. It's like November, and it was about 35 degrees or so. But yeah, I finally got a van. Then ever since then, I managed to get a car somehow. Worked my butt off to buy cars every single year practically. I got another car. And because I was delivering pizzas too. So after my license got cleared after 6 months, but I was still doing the cooking work, but then I was doing the driving at the same time. So I'd go in to do the prep work, then I'd drive for lunch. Or I'd come back and drive at dinner time sometimes. Yeah, I did pretty good though. Hey, I made enough money to buy a house. Yeah, I had enough money to buy a house in North Carolina. I bought a house. Had it for a year, and I said, I'm not going to pay no taxes for no minor league baseball stadium. They tried to get us to pay property taxes to fund a minor league baseball stadium. And I said, nope, not going to do it. You're not going to give me free tickets to the game. You're not going to give me anything kind of souvenirs. No, I'm not going to pay for your stadium. Ain't no way. And I sold a house. I had to pay off my loan on the house, but I still wound up with a few dollars in my pocket after that deal. So not a bad deal. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know how to prove now. I don't know how to prove if you guys can understand how guides actually work when you request a guide to help you uh, know something. So if you remember, I was asking the spirits to find my friend Mike. If you remember. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, Mike called me this morning to verify that he's still amongst the living and on top side, so to speak. So I thought that was pretty cool to get that confirmation, and that shows that my request and that I do have guides that are helping and do hear what I'm requesting. So there you have it. That's my evidence that guides are here and they are real. And also when you pray to God too, same. It is real. The prayers are real. The response from God is real, or the no response from God is real, depending on what the answer is. What needs to be the answer. In this case, I got my answer and response of my friend Mike calling me before I was awake. I thought it was my alarm going off on my phone. It's like I don't set my alarm on the weekend. Oh, they're going off now. Yeah, one of the places I want to go to at Gettysburg is a bridge. I need to look up the name of it again. It's a famous bridge for that area where the soldiers would go.
Wow. Around must be keeping you busy.
Downtown Stevens Point. Old lady? Old lady? Well, yeah, the woman and the old man. There was an old lady and an old man that was in my apartment that night when I told them that they had to go to sleep and be quiet. I told them to quiet down. It's time to go to sleep. I yelled at them like I had some kind of authority to do it. And they just kind of laughed at me, and then they did quiet down though finally. Yeah, and yeah, I don't think I'm thinking that in most cases, if you're gonna get what you're gonna get what you put out. So if you get a negative energy in return, that's what you're putting out. if you're going to get a positive energy in return, that's what you're putting out.
Right.
So go in with a positive intention, pure intention,
Yep.
and you're going to get response to that action. If you go in trying to act all tough and be all in power and everything like that, then you're gonna learn a lesson real fast. And you might not like that lesson. And some of it can turn dangerous.
Now, when what's a camp?
Yes.
Yes?
The bug mine. Still
All right, so we're gonna end it about 6:45 so that we can send the dead air.
Yeah, probably be good. Yeah.
thing with
6:45.
we're on.
Show it.
It I know that. To get off.
Improvement.
Improvement.
58.
Improvement, did you say?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
Mimosa.
Mimosa, what does that mean?
3, 4.
Hey, radar alert. Hey, Spirit, what's your message?
Demon. With as a token.
Use.
Yes, yes is the message. Thank you. I'll say this though, guys. All this research of this spiritual world stuff. When I leave here from this timeline, I don't want to be back here on Earth again. This is it. It's my last go around right now. And I don't care where I'm going to after this timeline. I don't want to be back here again. To be doing it this many times, and this is like the
1577.
1577. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be here all that time. I'm done. I want to be going on and doing something else. I don't want to be stuck here.
Martin. Devil bite.
And if everything is what I think it is, how we understand it, I should be able to communicate with you out there. I don't have to be here on Earth. I can be somewhere else, even in another universe or another dimension. I can still communicate with you. It's 5:55. All right, good. All right, I saw 11:11. I missed everything else. I saw 3:33, and I saw 5:55. I just missed 4:44, and I just missed 2:22. But I saw 11:11, and did I see 1:11? And I saw 5:55 and 3:33. That's right. Okay, that'll work. All right, good enough. So don't be. I mean, if you want to know if I'm okay where I'm at, I guess you can try to contact me, but don't call me back here. I'll be too busy exploring all the unknown out there where I'm going.
Right. Still
What's that noise?
mio.
1577. No. What happened then?
From us. Aaron Rage. Am I and the sheriff
Oh, okay. Yeah, each person is going to see possibly a different thing depending on who you talk to and what their experience is. All right. Well, I'm a believer in the afterlife. I'm a believer in the gray aliens. Not that I've seen any gray aliens that I know of. I believe that there is an eternal existence, meaning that we continue on after this. This is only one piece of the puzzle, and we got a pretty big puzzle to put together, and we got one tiny corner of it. Hey, it's Lourdes Gonzalez's birthday today. The better half, I'll say it like that, the better half of Ron Yacobetti. No offense. No offense, Ron. But anyway, happy birthday, Lourdes. And if you haven't gotten any of Ron Yakovitti's books, you better look at those on Amazon.com. He has 4 books out now, working on his 5th one. I'm going to get that one when he puts it out there. I got Joey Medea's newest one of his newest ones. And I try to support local, or not local authors, but I try to support the authors I know. Some of them I met personally. And I try to do my best part to support them. I can't, unfortunately, my heart is bigger than my wallet. my wallet, my funding doesn't really go very far when I try to buy everybody's books and paranormal research equipment, you know. And it turns out the best one I have is a pair of dowsing rods I use and my pendulum. I have a lot of equipment too. And I can use a lot of different tools that I use. And some are just really good just to keep it simple. Use just a pendulum, use just dowsing rods, and get the same answers. What? I'm not sure what that means, RO. I don't know what that word means. I think I know what it means, but I'm not sure. Even in the afterlife, there's not supposed to be a waiting room. That's what that means.
Devil. Inkling, du.
Okay, I'm done watching this one. Okay, too much of this stuff. You can only go so long watching it. Radio station. What? Yeah, near-death experience, but what is the other one you said? Apostrophe? APOSTROPHE? What does that mean? Do you mean atmosphere? Yeah, and NDE, I know what that is, near-death experience, yeah. Spirits, how many spirits do I have here in my house right now? Besides me.
Fonctionnaire.
Unidentified.
Unidentified? What? What's unidentified? The one energy that's here that we don't know? That's interesting. Unidentified, what would that be? When they don't even say demon, they just say unidentified. What? What do you mean unidentified? Explain. Describe what you mean. Unidentified. Okay, besides myself and the unidentified, how many spirits do we have here?
Oh.
Oh,
One.
okay. Well, we don't want a possessive spirit. Would that be an unidentified? We don't want one of those then. Spirits, how many spirits besides myself and the unidentified? Okay, I'm going to cancel that downloading that we're doing of that giant file that doesn't seem to want to finish.
What's giant file?
That one there that has like, it's not going anywhere. Taking forever. I'm going to delete that one.
It doesn't look like it wants to download it at all.
I'm gonna get rid of that one too, and Andy will just have to send me another one. I'm done with that mess.
Yeah.
It's just been sitting there.
Yeah. It just gets removed. It just gets removed. You just
Okay, I don't have to worry about it. Okay, all right, go back to the show now. Come on.
I did the same thing too. No.
Well, Andy was trying to send me all the ITs that were on the website that we had to remove from the website because they were saying it was taking up too much storage. And so Andy was going to try to send all of the IT shows that were on there, and then I was going to upload them, one at a time up to Podbean, so I get more shows uploaded.
Alright.
Since it's
But
all
is
audio.
my archive not enough? Because when I do the archives, I make sure they are Podbean friendly and they're like you can re-upload them to wherever you want on video. And then upload the audio to Podbean.
No, I'm talking about the original IT shows that we did on the audio only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Andy was trying to send me all of the files from that we had removed from the website. Okay.
Okay.
And I think it was because of how much storage it was taking.
All right.
Oh, I got you, RL. Okay. Oh, look, see, they're talking about dictionary. RL, look at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's that Dorn autocorrect thing. We can get that locked with any device.
Yeah, so what I want to do is get those original audio files from the original IT show, and I have quite, I have like almost 60 of them. I think like 58 of them. I think that would be a lot of shows to upload to Podbean, but it would be amazing, wouldn't it? And then we can continue to keep doing what we're doing with the audio portions.
Links.
Oh, I forgot to check. Forgot to check Rumble. Is Rumble working?
Since
I keep getting this phone call from this company. It's called Modernized Home Services. I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know why they keep calling me 4 or 5 times a day, and I have no clue who they are. Really, very frustrating. And somebody keeps getting $55 out of my money from PayPal. I don't know who the hell they are. I want to find it out and put a stop to it. Money from PayPal. Might want to mute that. Now, why does it go through this problem of having to try to get that done like that? Now it doesn't want to show up here, and yet it's here. I can't get it to go. Why? There it is. There it is. That's a headache. That's a headache to get that going, but that's honorable. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay, well now let's change the time now. It's at 12 o'clock. It's 12 minutes after. Oh.
So
Okay,
we
there we go.
Well, it's getting close to a half hour away for me to shut this down.
Yeah.
Before I get this show.
Yeah, so that is one that we don't want to know. Possessive.
Now, let's just say he has an autocorrect problem.
Yeah. No, he's talking about a word that deals with the activity of the energy, whether it be alien or person. It makes no difference. It's the same. One is positive, one is possessive, from what I can understand. Democratic. Get them out of here. No offense. Burn. That's what my leg is doing right now.
Yeah, today we had to replace the toilet seat and we had to replace the shower curtain rod.
Wait, what happened?
We had to replace the toilet seat, and and the shower curtain rod.
Oh no.
The toilet seat was already Asian, but the shower curtain rod, my uncle broke it. Like it
Oh,
got broke within the connector that connects the two rods together,
oh boy.
and it's supposed to be having that back where you're supposed to be able to just stick it in there without needing anything else.
Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Hey
Say
there.
what RL said is true.
Yay, got it. That's on Odyssey.
All right, hold on. I gotta do this right. Oh,
I got
right.
Rumble and Odyssey working.
Oh,
Is that awesome or what?
Yeah.
All right, go back. All right. That is amazing.
Well, this is an apartment. They probably didn't have all that. They should, but they don't.
Are you saying I live in a blue state? You are correct. I do. Sadly. But as I said before, though, it doesn't matter what party line you are. It's never good, even if it is your party that you approve of. It's never a good idea to have all a one-party system for the state level. Okay, which is what we have now. Okay. It's all Democrat run, and I don't mean to be political, Bobby. Not at all. I'm just stating a fact. Okay, you can look at the records for yourself and see what I'm saying. And but in Minnesota case, it's all Minnesota Democrats, all Democrat run rather, and the Republicans are outnumbered. We have no choice to even put in a bill. We would never get a bill passed, never get a law passed. We are trying to do good for the people. Wouldn't happen. And then like now they can pass anything for taxes. They can pass anything they want to do some stupid law for whatever they want to pass. And then we got to live with it forever, you know? And it might be something that you're totally against, but yet you're going to have to live with it. Okay? They're going to pass a tax law that we got to pay more taxes for something that we don't like. And that's all Democrat that does that. Okay? They pass unnecessary tax laws that we got to pay for stuff that we don't agree with. Okay? Like, for instance, one of the laws they passed, and all of the businesses had to do it. When they came up with what they called, all the states had this issue, when they came up with the bathroom bill, okay, talking about, oh, you had to have a special bathroom in the public place for whoever identifies with whatever they are, okay? And I don't mean to be sounding mean or cruel or, rude to anybody's choice of life. But what I'm saying, why should we, as a people, spend all kinds of money and have to build new things for somebody who isn't happy with themselves? And then we got to go through all these things to make them happy. What about making the people happy, the public? not just one type of public. I'm talking about all of the public, making everybody happy. Okay. And so the people who didn't agree with the bill, which were mostly Democrats, I think, or was it Republicans? I can't remember. They all had a sit out. They all left during the time they're supposed to vote on the bill. They all left. And personally, if you're not doing your job that you were voted in to do, personally, what needs to be done, they need to be terminated. Undecided, yeah. And again, I don't have anything against anyone's making a, life choice. They want to, live however they want to live. I don't care about what their choice is. What I care about is how does it affect me? Okay.
Now let me ask you this: you
Well,
think transgender athletes should be in their like if you're a transgender woman, should you be competing in women's sports or in men's sports?
if you still have your body parts that you were born with, then that's who you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
still have your man parts and you're dressed as a woman and you go into a woman's bathroom, then you are wrong. You are 100% wrong. Okay? If you have your male parts, you need to go to the male bathroom or restroom, whatever you want to call it. Okay? And I don't mean to be judging anybody. I don't mean to be putting anybody down. Not at all. Just simple as a fact. If you have male parts that you're born with, then you need to be going to a male restroom. Period. Okay? If you're a female and you have female parts, you need to be going to the female restroom. Period. Simple as that. There should not be any males in a female sport. Okay? I don't believe you see very many females trying to be in a male sport very often. You might see a few that are trying to do that, but in general, you don't see females trying to be in a National Football League full power football. I'm not talking about your bikini football that they have. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a real football league. You're not seeing a woman getting in there and trying to be playing with all the big guys. That ain't going to happen. Okay. And again, I'm not saying anything against anyone that thinks that they can. And if they are big enough to do it, then you're one of the guys. And if you get hurt, then you get hurt. That's the way it goes, It's a rough sport.
Now let me ask you this: do you think NFL games should be moved from Sunday to Monday and Tuesday?
I don't know. That's hard. Some people classify Sunday NFL games as their church. Believe it or not.
If that's how you define church, yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, let's just have some common sense about this male female thing, though. Really, I mean, if you're born, you know what you're born as. If you're born a male, then you're a male. If you're born a female, you're a female. And again, there's no judgment on anyone's choice. I love people as for who they are. I don't care what you define yourself as. You're a human being. I love you as a human being. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What you talking about, like the NFL games? Now, if you was the commissioner of the NFL, would you move the NFL games from Sunday and Monday to Mondays and Tuesdays? Or let's have two games on Thursdays and the rest be played on Monday.
You mean keep mainly the games like Monday through Saturday, pretty much, right?
Well, well,
Three.
now here it is. Have two games on Thursday, and then play all the rest of the games on Monday. Would you do that?
That's a lot of games on Monday.
Or you all right? What you said, go for a Monday through Saturday approach.
I would say a Monday through Saturday approach, and then have at least Sunday off, unless of course in your case, Bobby, you go to church on Saturday a lot of times, so that would be a problem for you on Saturday. But a lot of the country goes to church on Sunday, so you got to look at the numbers on.
But Ron, I also go to church on Sundays as well.
Okay, so would you rather go to church on Saturday or Sunday? Do you prefer Saturday or Sunday? I don't mean rather. I mean, do you prefer Saturday or Sunday for church?
Fine.
Yeah, I really like the Monday through Saturday approach.
Yeah,
Or just a Monday through Friday approach because of collegiates.
yeah. All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, just make sure that everyone knows. All right. Now, I don't hate anybody that makes a choice to live anyway. Okay, as long as you're not harming somebody, or as long as you're not harming yourself. As long as you're living respectably, you're living a positive life, so to speak, and you're not trying to do anyone or yourself any harm. I'm fine with whatever choice anybody has with how they want to live. All right, let's make that clear right now.
4, 5.
I don't judge anybody for their life or for how they want to live. I'm no one to be in that in that seat to be judging anyone. But at the same time, don't make us, all of us, change our life to make yourself happy when you're not happy with yourself. Be happy with who you are. All right, right, Bobby? Be happy with who you are. And that's the main message of this conversation here. And without putting anyone down, I'm just saying be happy with who you are and be respectable. If you're a male, whether you're dressing in a dress or not, if you're male, you have male parts, go in the male bathroom. It really keep a lot of confusion away that way. So nothing wrong with a Buddhist. we had a our friend Empire was Muslim. Yeah. And we had some really good conversation, didn't we, Bobby?
Yeah.
With our friend Empire.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good guy. He had the patience to answer our questions and discuss all of our questions that we had. and we had a lot of fun learning about what he believes. So
Not one of
Tampon dispensers in the male restroom.
well, I don't I don't know. I don't know if that's proper to do that. They have a needle. I know they have needle dispensaries in most of your restrooms, male and female, and that's to have a safe place to dispense your syringes. Especially like if you're diabetic or whatever. Oh, you're saying with the yeah. I guess it could be depending on if the person was healthy or not that left their used used product inside the box there. But yeah, I mean if you have somebody that's healthy, you don't have to worry about any diseases, and you need a bandage, and you got a gunshot wound, then yeah, it could be handy. But if you got a gunshot wound, then you're dealing with more problems than what we're talking about. But I'm trying to say that we need to really stop being so damn selfish and really start loving people for people. Okay? And it doesn't matter what their choice is, as long as they're not, like I said, as long as they're not hurting you and they're not hurting anyone else.
Yeah. Down. Now, let's just say this. If you want to go ahead and ban TikTok, when it's already too late to ban TikTok, do you think they should also go ahead and ban Facebook also as well? Or because they're going to ban TikTok, then others are going to go with them. That's how I believe.
Well, what I think they should do is not be worried about our chat security. They need to be worried about my page getting hacked. Okay? They need to be, watching my personal information that other people can get real easily.
Yeah, it's like every day, data breaches, technical issues.
Right, data breach is a central issue. I don't think that having an end-to-end protection on a private chat is helping anything at all. What's helping would be protecting our data on the main page, making sure that people can't get our information.
I just wish you can put some etiquette laws.
Yeah.
And then if you're caught like being a troll or something, they'll come knocking your door and you're just and there goes your computer privileges.
Yeah, and have a court date to appear, and then you might get your computer back if you pay a fine and whatever else. But then they'd have to prove.
It can be a form of harassment in definition, but if it can be more defined constitutionally, yeah.
See, what I don't like is when Bishop Long is trying to have a serious conversation on his show.
That's it. That's why he locks out the chat. When I go to his TikTok, he normally locks out the chat.
Yeah, so that he can have his conversation with the other two platforms. And you get somebody that's harassing him and talking crap about what he's doing is wrong and all that stuff. Well, just like what he's making the point of, even Jesus. Jesus said,
"Go do your own."
Yeah.
If you're gonna spell, if you're gonna do BS.
Yeah. I mean, Bishop Long hasn't spent 35 years perfecting what he knows, you know, and then to come off with fake stuff, you know. No, he hasn't done that to pull off some fake, you know, crazy stuff, you know. He
Yeah,
knows.
Bishop Long's a cool dude.
Yeah, I'd like to meet him one of these days. So, hopefully on this side of life, that is, you know. And yeah, I just don't like it when people put people down for what they're doing, like what they're doing with Cody and Satori. You know, they're putting them down for what they're doing. And, oh well, he's making his hip hop or he's making his whatever crack or whatever. That's what they're making a knocking sound with. Come on, people. I mean, Cody and Satori. I met.
Yeah, now hold on. It's Ken and George trying to defend them or trying to go against them?
What now?
It's Ken and George up there. They're trying to defend them or trying to go against them?
They're trying to defend them. They're friends with Cody and Satori.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're trying to go with them and trying to defend them and let them present the evidence that, hey, they're not doing anything underhandedly. They're not doing anything sneaky. They're not doing anything fake. What they're getting is real evidence.
See, what it is, the methods that they actually do as a couple, that's level stuff.
But when you come after people to threaten their lives, which what happens, right? Holy crap, what's up with the bells, Spasma Box?
Oh my gosh.
Trying to talk here and you're fucking ringing like crazy there. But see, I met Cody and Satori in person, right? But now one thing I know is that they're not fake. They're not making stuff up. And everyone I know is legit, and they're very sincere about what they're doing. And what I know so far is hey Genghis, how you doing? What I know so far is, why would anyone spend their life's work to pull a joke on anyone in this field of research?
Yeah,
and even when you're talking about UFOs, you're talking about UFOs or the paranormal. Okay?
Yeah. If you think everything you see is fake, then you're fake.
Yeah.
And you just gotta go. You just gotta go.
And if you don't want to believe it, that's fine. You don't have to. Okay.
But keep your goddamn yap shut.
Yeah. Keep your opinions to yourself. Exactly.
No,
yeah.
I mean, no one cares if I don't give a damn if they like mine or not. But don't try to start shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, go and do your own thing and do what you got to do. I mean, I met Maureen and Anthony in person. You know, they're super nice. And Anthony, and well, they both know their stuff. They just have different ways to go about understanding what they understand. I don't know how to explain it, really. I mean, Anthony's kind of like he's like a hands-on person. He wants to know, you know what I mean? So he's like what you'd call in the UFO field. Anthony's like the nuts and bolts guy in the paranormal. He wants to know it's real, you know? And he tries to prove it's real. He doesn't necessarily try to disprove it, but he tries to prove that what he knows is real. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I think Marina's the same way, in my opinion. And everyone I know actually is pretty much the same attitude as Anthony. You know, it's like, well, we got to verify what we're talking about. I mean, when we look at our friends that are doing the Staticom, you know, Ron and Lourdes and Tony and Tree and Chris and Audra, and they're doing the Staticom, and they're getting real voices coming through, white noise, but there shouldn't be any voices at all. And that's incredible in itself, you know. And just why would they go through all that trouble to develop the process and spend all the time investigating? Why would they do all that to make a phony statement, You see what I mean? That would be a discredit to the whole field. All right? That'd be a total discredit to everything. And
Yeah.
we're here at this point right now that we can talk. We can talk about UFOs, and we're not going to get thrown in jail. We're not going to get run out of town because we have the ability and the freedom to talk about UFOs and aliens. And we can be the craziest conversation to talk about it, and yet people will sit there and listen to us. Oh, they might think we're crazy, but they'll listen. Okay? Now, same thing with the paranormal. What we don't need is somebody coming in here to our thank you, Bobby. We don't need people coming into our community and calling us liars when they don't have the first clue about what they're talking about. Okay? And when you have some religious nut come in there and say, "Oh, well, you're a priest. You shouldn't be doing the paranormal investigations." His very job as a priest deals with paranormal.
Excuse me, but if a branch president cannot do what a branch president does outside of church, then what is a preacher? Then what is a president?
Yeah. But I mean, you deal with people like our friend Maureen. She's a real witch. Okay, she admitted it. She confesses to that, and she professes that she's a real witch. And then you're gonna have people that want to argue with her about what she can do. Then she's not gonna do anything bad to anyone, okay? Because there's a thing called karma that will come back and really, really hit her bad. That's true of anybody. If you try to do negative to somebody, you're gonna get nailed twice as hard. Okay?
You're not gonna win. You're not
No.
gonna win.
So you want to be respectful with people, and I'm not asking. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I mean, if you do, great. But if you don't, great. That's your choice. You can sit there and badmouth me all you want. You say these apps are phony, and yet I've gotten answers from these apps, Bobby. I mean, come on now. We've had responses on these apps that we can't explain, right? And so, there you go.
Yeah, and one last question. What is your viewpoint when it comes to imposter accounts on social media?
The viewpoint on what?
Imposter accounts. Someone can be using your name, thinking that you are that person, and then that's all nothing but an imposter.
I think that person should be banned from the computer and social media.
Yeah.
And that's especially if you find out who did it and who it is,
Yeah.
So, hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody that we know, and we can get through it without any issues like that happening.
I had an imposter create an account to try to be my friend.
Hey, Calabos, what's up?
What's up, Michael? Yeah, we're about ready to go.
Yeah, we did a little bit late night session, and I don't know if everyone wants one later. We can do one after the show that's on tonight. So.
Can see.
Oh no, you just saw that we were on. Oh, sorry, Michael, you just missed us then. Yeah, dang it. Hey, a side note though, people, listen, I was asking about my friend Mike, right? That's in Las Vegas somewhere, I guess. Las Vegas or Reno, I'm not sure where he's at exactly. But anyway, as I was asking the spirits to, reach out to him and tell me where he is, and I asked my guide or guides, I said, I need you to find Mike, find out where he's, make sure he's still topside and okay and everything like that. And not in the hospital, not in jail, or not dead, right? Those were 3 things I mentioned. And so he calls me this morning. So you tell me, with that alone, okay, he calls me this morning and he leaves a message, lets me know that he's alive. And of course, I can't get him on the phone after that, but at least he called me. The point of the matter is, that was my guides responding to my request. Okay? So there you go.
Yeah.
Guides are real. When you request some answer to get a real answer, you get a real answer if you are sincere about your request. Okay? So,
Are we ready to pack up?
yeah, let's go ahead and pack it up. Thank you, Spirits, for joining us on this one. And we might be back a little bit later tonight. We'll see what happens, right, Bobby? We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna close out Parabox, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Spirits.
Goodbye.
All right. That was a good session. We had a couple of radar hits. Thank you, Phasma Box. Always try to tell each one thank you. Thank you, Recorder and Detector. That way they might not get mad at me. All right, let me get on over here.
I'm gonna play that new one we just did.
Yeah. Welcome to Errt Radio. See you next time.
Uncle, I'm trying to do a show.
The pros reminding you that you should continue listening and watching the Errt Radio on your favorite device on Nextdoor, Podbean, YouTube, Facebook, Trovo, Odyssey, and Rumbo. And go to ErtRadio.com if you like what you see and hit that big PayPal button. Because if you do that, I'll come in my spaceship, beam you up, and you better pray to your God because you don't know what's going to happen to you in your wallet. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right. All right. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you maybe later on tonight. We'll see what happens. All right, Bobby. So stay awake, and
Right.
if you guys are watching closely, you might see us come back on and have a little later night session after dinner is over with. And that way we'll have some fun with a little more communication. We had a 1 year that they mentioned was 1577. look up that year and see what kind of major situation happened with deaths or any kind of natural disaster or any kind of major things that happened during that year. Mainly, I'm always looking for something like major deaths, number of deaths, and that would tell me why that year is important. Okay. Um, some of them we had where one was like 30,000 died in the volcano, and that was the year that was mentioned. It was like, what the heck? And then that's why I started cluing in on those death episodes as far as how many people died and why that's important. And maybe the person giving me the date, he was part of that. Who knows? We don't know. But anyway, we're out of here for now. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one. Dead Air Live is coming up next on KGRE Radio, on KGRE Digital Broadcasting. And we'll see you there if you are interested in this paranormal stuff. And Ken and George always has amazing guests and a great show most of the time.
Yep.
I'd say all the time. All right. And if you
Yeah.
want to support them on Patreon page. They have a donation, $3 a month. It gets you extra content and a lot of fun. So, all right, we'll see everybody next time. Bye for now.
Yes, thank you for watching.